Hey there, welcome to my channel. I'm Larissa. Today we're going to be talking about 5 of my favourite book series for young adults with a few extra bonuses in there. So let's get started. At number 5 we have Fallen. I love this series, it is great. There are 4 books in the series plus a spin-off as well. It's about Loose Prince, who is a struggling teenager who falls into like this magic world that she didn't intend to and was meant to stay out of. A lot of people say it's a lot like Twilight, and I find that it's a lot better than Twilight. It has a lot more of a story arc, it's a lot more interesting, and the main character is a lot stronger than that. She's a lot more powerful, and she stands up for herself, and she's not a pushover, I suppose, so much. The story is really good, and it has a great character progression, and she doesn't rely on her love interest the entire time. And so I feel like that's what makes it such a good book, is that she relies on her own merit. And I find that that makes it a lot better in my opinion. And so Fallen at our number 5 spot. Number 4 we have The Vampire Academy. Now I don't have all the books, I only have this one so far. I've been meaning to try and get them, but it's hard to find them in New Zealand. There's not as many books, not as many options, but I'll get there eventually. So this is about Rose. She's got to protect a vampire, her best friend, and it goes through basically her life and how she does this and all the hardships she has. This story has a great romantic relationship. It's very mature, and it's not like a high school love interest. I find that that makes this a great book, and I just love that the way the story progresses. It shows a lot of character development, and it has a lot of best friend sort of parts to it, which I find really good. It's not focused entirely on the love, which I find a lot of teen books can be, and that's why I really like this one. And it also shows people making up, people being mature and getting over like childish hardships, and when you've got 2 people that argue a lot and they fight, and it's the high school drama sort of thing. It gets over that, and it shows them being mature, which I really love, and that's why that's at our number 4 spot. Number 3, I've got Harry Potter. Now I know technically this is a children's book, but I think it's something that even young adults can enjoy. I still love reading the series. I've read it so many times, and that's why it made it into this list. Some of the later books especially are definitely for young adults, especially The Order of the Phoenix, that has a lot of hard sort of storylines, and it's quite mature and dark. And I really like that it progresses and it matures with the character. As he gets older, his problems get older as well, so they match with his age, which I really like. This is a great series as well to start off with if you're a bit younger, like a young teen, 11, 12, 13, that sort of age. And that's why that made it into my list. It's one of my favourite series. I always love it. I have so much merchandise from Harry Potter's, and I just think it's an amazing book. Obviously there are quite a few books, but there's the movies as well, and I don't know, I just love it so much. In my number 2 spot we have The Hunger Games. This has to be one of the best well-written young adult books series that I know of. The author really managed to get the maturity and the problems of the society across with her writing, and she really showed natural reactions to things. Obviously these characters go through a lot in the books, and I think she showed that well with the things that happen, like PTSD, depression, mental health issues, that she discussed really well, and that she portrayed in a way that was understandable, and also showed what they'd been through. This is probably one of the darker books on the list, but that's why I like it, I think, because she does such a good job of showing it. The main character is such a strong character as well. She doesn't wait for someone else to rescue her, she's going to rescue herself. And I find that the love interest, the love relationships, while that can be romanticized a lot in this book, it takes a back burner, I find, to a lot of the other parts of this book, which I really like. And I find that that's what the intention was, and I'm glad that it's not entirely the main focus. In my number 1 spot, we have the Shadowhunter series. So this is the Mortal Instruments, and this is the City of Bones. And in this series, there is 6 books. It's quite a long series, but it's a series you can't put down. Absolutely no way can you put it down. I think I read the first 6 books in a couple of weeks. I was obsessed with it. Still am. But this has a girl, Clary Frey, who comes into a world that she didn't really know about, that she'd been kept away from her entire life. And she learns to adapt really fast, and she becomes super strong and powerful, and she grows. She has a very good character arc, story arc, and a lot of growth. I think that's why I like this so much. And also the way it's written, the words in this book are beautiful. It's so easy to quote. It's an incredible book, and I love it. But as this is the number 1, I thought I should also have honourable mentions for the 2 other book series that she's put out which come with it. So you have the prequel, which is what is this one? The Infernal Devices, which is set in the 1800s with Tessa Gray, and which is like an ancestor of one of the main characters. And this shows that even back then, women were super powerful and they could be strong and they didn't have to rely entirely on men. And this had incredible love stories. It's something you're gonna laugh and cry with, and you just can't forget it. It's an unforgettable book, which is why I also put this on the list. And then we have Lady Midnight, which is the first book in the Dark Artifices, which is amazing. We start following the story of Emma Castia and the Blackthorns, and it's also just an incredible book. It's so well written, and I love that in this book it explores a lot of different types of relationships as well, which is the same with a lot of the other books. They have a lot of LGBT plus relationships and characters, and they have really mature relationships, which I think is something that we don't see enough of in teen books. And so that is my top 5 series for young adults. I hope you like them, I hope you read them, and give me some feedback or tell me what your favourite books are. And I'll see you next time.